All right, my friends. Welcome to another video here. So in this video, I'm going to briefly go over a trade that I did on Bidu. It was an overnight trade where I basically made $1,000 overnight. It was a 115% return. So the trade required less than $1,000. So you could have placed this trade with even less than $1,000 in your account. So just want to go over that real briefly here. I did it on my E-Trade account. You can see here the $1,000, 117%. We'll just call it 115% and $1,000 just for the sake of simplicity here. And again, remember, guys, I still have people constantly messaging me asking, oh, what app is that? What app is that? It doesn't matter what app it is. As long as you have the knowledge, you can make money on any app. You guys are asking the wrong questions anyways. If you don't know what app it is, then you don't know enough about the stock market, because these apps that I use are probably like the most commonly known apps in the stock market. So you should be asking, where can I learn how to do this kind of stuff? Not what app are you using? People just think that the app is going to magically make them money. That's not how it works. But anyways, so here you go. You can see different app, still making money. So $1,000 profit. Let me go over I tried to pull it up on the E-Trade platform here just to kind of like, keep things balanced, mix it up for you guys, but I couldn't figure it out. So today it's Saturday, and this trade, I got in it on Thursday and closed it out Friday, but I didn't have time on Friday to make the video because I had to rush off in the morning. I had a lot to do, so I still wanted to make the video for you guys, but I came here and try to fiddle with it and figure out like where the orders are. I'm like, all right, show me like the completed orders. Like, I can't even enter like the symbol. I'm not too familiar with the E-Trade program, the actual program of it. I'm more familiar with the Ameritrade program, but either way, that doesn't matter. You place the orders the same way. It doesn't matter if you use Bank of America or Chase or, Wells Fargo. You still pay your credit card bills the same way. You still pay your electricity bills the same way. You place the orders the same way. So, like I say, I always place my orders on my phone. So on the app, it's real easy. But on this actual system, it's a little different. I'm not too familiar with it. And I guess this just goes to show that it really is the knowledge. It's not the app or the broker. Like, I really don't even know how to use this system very well. And look, I'm still making money with it. So anyways, I couldn't figure out how to pull up the orders here, but I was able to pull them up on my phone, and I just basically, screenshotted the orders for you guys. And then, we'll go over it like that. And then we'll go over it on the Ameritrade platform. That's what I'll do from now on. Even if I do a trade on the E-Trade account, I'm going to just go over it on the Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim here, because it's a lot easier. I feel like it looks better. I'm more familiar with the system and all that. So anyways, that's that. Like I spent like 20 minutes already trying to figure out how I can pull up the orders and all that. I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't have time for this. It doesn't, let me just pull up the orders on my phone and I'll show them the orders. So where is it at? Here we go. This is the closing order. So here's the opening order. I should probably switch them like this. Alrighty, so again, remember, I'm on the Pacific time zone, but these orders on the E-Trade thing will be shown on the, Eastern. I'm on Pacific, these will be shown on Eastern, so just keep that in mind when I'm showing you the times and everything. So I got in the trade, I bought 5 contracts, nothing crazy, very small, for $181 each. You do the math, $181 times 5, $905. So you could have placed this trade with $905. With basically, let's just say less than $1,000. And remember, it doesn't mean we're risking $1,000. We have a plan. We can take a loss. It's not like it's like gambling. You go to the casino in Vegas. All right, I put $1,000 on the table. If I'm wrong, I lose the whole 1,000. No, that's not how this works. You can always take a small loss. You can always have a plan. That's what keeps you alive in trading at the end of the day anyway. So that's not the point here. So I got in at 3:06 p.m., so that'll be 12:06 my time. So about an hour before the market closed, I got in for 181, 5 contracts, and then I sold the same 5 contracts. You can see, sell, Bidu, 192.5 call, same. This one I sold it. You can see 10:18. Next one next morning, 10:19 at 9. The order went through at 9:44 a.m. which is 6:44 a.m. my time. And you can see we sold the 5 for 4 each, for 400 each pretty much. So 400 times 5. That's basically $2,000. So you paid $905 for it, and then you sold it the next morning for $2,000. So like I say with my used car example, it's like you bought a used car yesterday for $900. You found somebody that'll buy it for you, today for $2,000. Quick flip. There you go. So that was really that, In for 181, out for 4. And you can even, if you want to look at it in a different ratio, you can either say, okay, let's pretend this is a stock. We bought a stock at 181 each, $1.81, and we bought 500 shares. So 500 times 181. Let's do the math. 500 times 1.81. Same thing, 905. And then we sold that stock for $4 the next day. So 500 shares times $4 each is $2,000. Again, I'm just trying to, use different perspectives, different examples so you guys can understand this. But, the Bidu stock itself is about $200. But this is like, it's like they say, you can leverage money, meaning you can borrow money so you can have more money, which is really stupid in my opinion. You should never borrow money to, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion. Some people are like, well, yeah, if I can make 10% with the money and they charge me 2%, blah, blah, blah. I don't look at it from a percentage standpoint. I look at it from the fact that if you don't have the money to be doing this, you shouldn't be doing it. That's why, I don't, never mind. I'm not going to get into my whole rant here about people that buy cars that they can't afford. I don't have a problem with people getting loans on cars. I have a problem with people buying cars that they can't afford. You shouldn't buy a car just because you can afford a monthly payment on it. What happens if something happens where you lose your job or, you can't make that money in 1 month? You're screwed. Like, don't do that. Don't put yourself in those kind of situations. But unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. That's why people struggle to progress. But anyways, that's besides the fact. So you could use leverage, meaning you borrow money so you can have more money to buy a stock, or you can use options, which is basically leveraging the stock instead of leveraging money. It's like you're borrowing the stock in a sense. So you can trade larger amount of stocks with a smaller amount of money instead of, leveraging money to get a larger amount of money to buy more stocks, if that makes sense. But that's pretty much what's going on here. Long story short, it was $1,000 profit. Let's go show it on the charts here. I already marked everything up for you guys just for the sake of time here. So I got in at 12:06 my time. Remember it said 3:06, but I'm 3 hours behind. So right here is where I got in at. I got calls. Calls means you make money when the stock goes up. And I got out right here. I was out at 6:46, so right around this area. And that's pretty much the move. It won't show it on the 1 minute. I can change it a little bit. Let's see. Give it 2 days. Just so you can see like a more specific entry. See, like I'm just so familiar with this platform. Oh, my battery's almost dead. I better hurry this up. Or I better plug it in. Everybody is so notorious for having such, like, low battery. I always post my profit screenshots on like Twitter or Instagram, and people are like, dude, charge your phone. You're at 1%. I'm like, I know, but like, anyways. So this is where I got in at, 12:06. Right? Okay, it doesn't really matter the exact thing that I got in. I got in right around here. And then I was out at right around here. So, no, I didn't catch the exact top. But this should also prove as a point of, if you guys have watched my previous videos, I always talk about the idea of take your profits. I think it was actually the one that I posted just before this video, where I was or maybe a few before this video, where I was mentioning something like, yeah, I had a profit and I took it, and it could have been a lot more of a profit if I kept holding it, but it's okay. And I mentioned how you should never get that mentality where you're like, oh man, like on your next trade, you're thinking back to that other trade thinking, man, I got out too early. I left so much money on the table. You know what? I'm going to hold this one longer. So imagine if I did that with this trade. Oh, it would have gone, boom, completely gone, my profits. So stay disciplined. Take your profits. Always remember that, guys. So just a quick recap here. $1,000 profit. The trade cost like $905. Held it overnight. Turned into $2,000. The profit is about $1,000, $1,100. It's over 100% return. So we more than doubled our money overnight. And we're trading real stocks. No penny stocks. None of that nonsense here. So Anyways, that's pretty much that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You know the deal. Just hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something here, but it doesn't matter. I can always say it another time if I remember. Or there's probably nothing I'm even forgetting. Anyways, guys, you guys just have a great life. I'll talk to you guys soon.